mentioned, this is one of the times we ran good with the same Champion Power Equipment Chevy last year, brought back the same package and got a similar result. So we've left the racetrack scratching our head a few times, but I think this one we're gonna leave with our heads held high and hopefully something we can build on.
With both front row trucks having their issues, you're able to build a bit of a points gap there. How does that impact, if at all, what you guys are looking at over these next two races?
I don't think it really impacts our preparation. Maybe it impacts the way we can call a strategy race at a track position place like Bristol or even Loudon for that matter. But right now I'd say still, even though we're in the first round of the playoffs, it is about executing, but it's about finding that next step to get the potential that we need to run with that 11 truck. And like I said, I feel like we were closer this week than we have been most weeks, and I'm proud of the effort and proud of the execution.
So what does the work look like back at the shop to find that next step? What does that look like for your team?
It depends on the week you ask me. I feel like this week we're going to leave and go home and maybe have some answers. But there's been most races this year that we've left the track and scratching our head, not knowing what we've learned or didn't learn. So I don't know exactly to give you that answer, but I feel more confident going into Bristol, and obviously Loudon is a place that we haven't been to in the trucks for a while. I went there in my rookie season in 2017. But yeah, it's we can be solid these next two races. We get in the next round, which if we're fortunate enough to make that, then I think it's a different story, and we got to be super aggressive at that point.
What would you say is the strength of your team right now going forward?
I think the experience and execution is our strength. Like I said, we've been down on just sheer potential all year, but we're working hard on rectifying that.
You kind of hinted at this already, but how does a run like this in general just help confidence and momentum for you and the team going forward, especially at this point in the season?
I think it helps not just a solid finish, but a solid performance from when we unloaded, and we were very close balance-wise, travel-wise, qualifying adjustments, pit road adjustments. I think in general it's just a solid day, and we haven't had a lot of those this year, but I feel like maybe we're building some momentum, and maybe we can execute when the time is right, and that's now.
Grant, when you replay that final restart in your head, what was different about that one that you didn't get the launch compared to the one before it?
I think Corey just timed it a little early, and I was a little late into the gas, and I think I had maybe beat him a little bit. The prior caution, just getting through the gears, still didn't beat him enough to clear him, but I was gonna have to have a really, really excellent restart, and I needed to clear him to have a shot to win, and just didn't do it. So I wouldn't have chosen the outside. I think if we'd have done that, we'd have had a safer bet to finish second right there. I wouldn't have done that. I just would have tried something different and tried to execute a little bit better. But overall, I feel like our truck was about as good as it's been on a short run there at the end. I think the 11 was just a little bit better, and he launched a little better as well.
One more for me. You were pretty vocal about being excited for this race it here during the daytime. Do you feel like you, the driver, and the team maximized what the truck had today?
I think we did. I think there's maybe one or two things as far as we could have done a little bit better, but yeah, I feel like we executed, well. Feel like we maximized our day. Honestly, I think we had a third place Champion Power Equipment Chevy, and I think we practiced, around there, we qualified around there, and we raced around there. So our pit crew did a phenomenal job. I feel like Jeff's adjustments were the right direction the whole time. Feel like we're just still off a little bit, sheer potential-wise, but we're closer than we've been, and I'm proud of it.
Timmy Hill, top 10 finish. Looked like you came on really strong there at the end. What was working for you?
I just felt like the guys really gave me a truck that was very competitive on the long run. Really all race long. We started 23rd, and I think we drove to 13th on the first stage. Second stage, we lost a couple spots, but we were able to work our way back up and get 12th in the second stage. So we felt like we were in a good spot. I think we came back out 12th, and we were approaching top 10 before the last caution came. But really, we were top 15 truck, top 10 truck. Trying to get track position was hard, but I felt like on the second half of runs, we were really just as good as anybody. So I like that this race had long green flag runs, and it gave us a chance to fight and compete and ultimately come away with the top 10. I felt like we really earned this one. I don't think we lucked into it. We drove there all day long and had a good truck in practice. I wish we qualified just a touch better, but overall, this little team that we have, it's they've done a tremendous job.
So speaking of earning it, I mean, it looked like you guys just executed all day, avoided the mistakes that plagued all these other people.
Yeah, that first run, it was a little nerve-wracking. We didn't see much tire wear like that in the right front. We saw some trucks that were blowing right front tires. So after we saw one or two, we started backing our pace off about 80%. And first pit stop, our right front looked great. So I think those guys were just being a little maybe aggressive on what they're doing with camber-wise. And we felt good where we were at, so we just kept on trucking after that. And, we just fought hard really all day long. And the guys, we've run really well here. We look back at our stats, the last 5 starts prior to this one, we were averaging 13th place finish. So we always come to Darlington and have a good run. My experience is year 15 for me, and I feel like that really helps at a track like this where there's tremendous fall off tire-wise, and I can really take advantage of that. So between these guys giving me a great truck and the experience, I think it really all pays off.
What does a finish like this do for your program, and does it parlay into any more races possibly?
Yeah, for us, this year was a year that we had to take a step back. We went from a full-time schedule to part-time. There were several reasons, sponsorship, my family, my guys. We're a very small team. Only got 2 guys that work with me in the shop, Terry and Big Jim, and the 3 of us we just knock it out. So typically how we work things is when we get trucks together and we feel like we're ready to race, we'll do it. We try to pick tracks that we can succeed at, do a great job at. Darlington's one of them. I love the road courses. Martinsville's on our schedule for the end of the year. So, for me, I like these challenging, tough tracks. I feel like as a driver, they're super fun to do. So that's how we decide which ones we're doing, how we're going to get there. And other than that, it's trying to find money, and then with 3 guys, just trying to make the workload happen.
Yeah, you kind of beat me to it. This is your best.
I think that can put you in a pretty big hole. So that's the main thing I'm focused on.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
What more did you think you needed today?
Well, faster truck, more grip, maybe some luck, but obviously the pit road penalty hurt us, and coming from the back always makes your day a lot longer. But I felt like we did a good job overnight making adjustments to our truck, fired off pretty good there in stage 1, and I feel like we worked well together as a team to get our truck faster.
Thank you.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code Frontstretch to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay, stay rewarded.
I'm Caleb Barnes with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.